A guy that I think has had a very positive effect. I know there's this war every night to be like, this is why Luis Arraez has been on X number of teams, or he's not hitting the way. I think he's been good. I think he will be better. There have been no concerns about him at second base, which I think some people wondered about. What would that look like? He's been very good. And he just has like a positive energy that he brings. He homers tonight. He joked after the game in San Francisco that wouldn't have been a homer. That would have probably been a triple. Maybe it would have been an inside the park homer the way it kicks in the triples alley there, but probably wouldn't have been a homer. He does have some pop, but he said when he got here that if he tried to hit homers, he'd be at home watching the game on his couch with the rest of us. So he's had a positive effect, though, in terms of what he's brought individually, but also what he's meant for Bryce Harper. I watched, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but after Arraez homers, Harper celebrates with him. I think Bryce Harper really likes Luis Arraez, and that's important to note for now, and it's important to note for what they're going to do in the offseason. Harper has walked 25 times this month with Arraez hitting behind him. He hadn't walked more than 18 the entire rest of the season in a month. He's done it 25, and there's still a week plus of this month to go.
I'll throw one out at you for you, Tim. Just kind of weird stat, right? So you mentioned the 25 walks this month. In the last 15 games, he's walked 23 times. That ties a franchise record for a 15-game span.
Yeah.
That was originally set by Dolph Camilli in 1936. And then
Young
Dolph.
People that are my age will get that reference.
And then it's tied by Dave Hollins in 1995. Not since. Bryce Harper now 23 last. I think it's a 24 or 23 game on base streak as well. So it's look. He moved to right field for Luis Arraez. He's got Arraez batting behind him. He's an on base machine since Arraez has been here. You talk about the celebration. I think it's just a relief for Bryce Harper to know he has a guy that's going to hit behind him that can just go out there and get a hit.
Well, and he can pass the baton. He can be Bobby Abreu.
Yes.
People used to get mad. Oh, Bobby Abreu walks. Like, it's good to get on base. And especially if you have a guy that's behind you that you can pass the baton to. He obviously wasn't comfortable doing that before. I think arguably, even if you don't have a guy, you should pass the baton. And if that guy doesn't come through, that's not on you. But naturally, you're going to press more if you don't think the guy behind you can get a hit. He clearly does now with Luis Arraez, and I think the best version of Bryce Harper walks 110 times in a season. Like that, he's a guy teams are still scared to pitch to. The power will come, the doubles, the home runs, the extra base hits, those will come. But if they're going to let you on base, give it to them. Especially, not only you have Arraez hitting behind you, but you have Stott, you have Bohm hitting right now. Like, there's no reason. I see some people now saying like, oh, can they win with this version of Bryce Harper? Yeah, if the guys behind him are hitting, yes, they can.
Yeah, and Brandon Marsh had 2 hits again tonight.
Yes.
By the way, he's starting to come back out of it after he went through a really rough stretch, so another 2 hits for him. You're right, Tim. I mean, the lineup gets so much longer thanks to Luis Arraez being in the middle of it. It's not your traditional lineup, and I know everybody wants to have a traditional. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It really doesn't matter. The most important thing is what we've been talking about, Bryce Harper's comfort level at the plate and what he's willing to do. He's not chasing pitches. He's willing to be a teammate and not be a superhero. He doesn't need to be the showman every at bat. Right?
The lineup thing is so silly. You have guys getting on base and you have a guy coming up afterwards that puts the ball in the grass. You're overthinking it if you're like panicking about, oh, he should actually be leading off or hitting second. Who cares? You have guys getting on base and you have him hitting and Bohm hitting and a bunch of guys. It is working fine. There is no reason to mess with that. And quite honestly, I think there's going to be a real discussion, or there should be a real discussion about keeping him around. Now, that would mean Bryson Stott has to play another position. Bryce Harper's going to first base, almost certainly again after the season. So you'd have to maneuver things around. But one of the things Don Mattingly said a week or so ago that I meant to mention and haven't to this point is that Luis Arraez brings that energy, and it's kind of important on a team like this where you have a lot of guys that are even keel. Harper, Schwarber, Nola, Wheeler, that are pretty level, and it's good to be like that. But you also need some guys that are bringing that energy every day in a 162-game grind where you get to a different city at 2 a.m. and you got to play the next day at 6 o'clock at night, that are kind of hyping you up and making it feel good. And I think sometimes they've lacked that. Rojas brought it the one year when they brought him up. Harrison Bader brought it last year, and I think Luis Arraez has brought it this year, and he's the best player of those three.
Yeah, for sure. And while I'll throw one at you that we haven't even talked about yet, but I noticed it tonight in tonight's game. There was a play, runner at first, ground ball in the hole. Trey Turner fields the ball, and I feel like he was kind of stumbling as he came up. Still got the out at second, got the force at second. They couldn't turn the double play. And Luis Arraez was celebrating the fact that he made the first play.
Yeah.
Because you could see Turner almost look at himself like, oh, if I don't stumble, it's a double play. But Arraez was there to kind of tell him, hey, great play, good job. We got the lead runner.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff matters. It matters if you're beating yourself up sometimes for things. To have that guy there being a positive energy guy, it's really important.
Yeah, without a